Hi everyone. So I found this animation on Dribble. I will try to implement this in React Native using Reanimated 2. Here is the final result. If you take a deeper look, we will see there is actually, for the red line, there is actually a circle and two lines coming out of the circle, both in the opposite direction. And the camera icon behind the red line is scaling up and down based on a state. Here the camera icon is an SVG icon. Now let's draw a line using React Native SVG. Here is the height, width and view box configuration for my SVG. So for the first line, we wanted to draw our line from bottom to top. That's why our path is starting from 346 405 to 00th position. In order to animate our line and draw from bottom to top, we need to use two props for our path, which is strokeDasharray and strokeDashoffset. strokeDasharray puts dashes on a specific interval. So suppose if we put 10 as a value for strokeDasharray, it will look like this. If we put 100, then the dashes will increase their size. If you put 200, then it will look like this. If we put big number, suppose 400, then the differences between dashes will be so big that we will see only one dash, and for user perspective, user will see, yeah, it's only a one line. Now we need to use strokeDashoffset. If we put value 0 on strokeDashoffset, then nothing will change. If we put 10, then we will see the dash is going backward a little. If we put 400, then we will see the first dash completely disappears and the second dash comes to the display. So using this true property, we can animate our line using only the first dash. The value of strokeDasharray and strokeDashoffset highly dependent on the length of the path, but we don't know the length of the path beforehand. So we need to use two props. One is ref and another is onLayout to get the total layout of the path after it's displaying on the viewport. The value of strokeDasharray will be the length of the path. Let's name it lengthForTop. Now we need to animate the value of strokeDashoffset to draw the line from bottom to top. Because strokeDashoffset is a prop, we need to create an animated component. Let's name it Animated Path. Change the name of the path with Animated Path. Let's create a use shared value called progress and define a value for strokeDashoffset. Previously, we have seen that we need to decrease the value of strokeDashoffset gradually to draw the line from bottom to top. Here we can see the value of strokeDashoffset is gradually decreasing with the value of progress. But the value of progress is not changing in our code. Let's create a use state variable called isCameraOn and a toggle camera function which will just flip the value of isCameraOn. Let's use effect which will depend on progress and isCameraOn variable, and the value of progress will be changing with the changes in isCameraOn variable, and the change will happen using with_spring animation function. This is where the value of progress is changing gradually from 0 to 1 and 1 to 0. And with the changes of progress value, the value of stroke dash offset for our top line will also be changes. Place these animated props in our animated path. Place a circle by adjusting its CX and CY with our first animated path. Also, put another animated path for our bottom line and make the changes according to our first animated path. Now wrap these three SVG into a view and make the position absolute to that view. Now we have one last thing to do, that is to animate the camera icon. Let's wrap it under animated.view. Make animated style using use animated style for the camera. Here we want to scale the camera icon gradually, and the value would be a use shared value called scale camera. But the value of scale camera is not changing. On use effect, let's use with_spring function to change the value of scale camera gradually based on the value of isCameraOn. Now place these animated styles on the animated view of camera icon. Now we can see that our camera icon is perfectly scaling up and down. Although I am not able to find a way to make our line glow, but our animation is almost as near identical to the animation on the dribble. Thank you very much.